That's fair. By the way, did you end up getting your supplies and everything or no?
Today?
Yeah.
No, decided we're gonna go early tomorrow.
Oh, you're gonna go. Why? Because that'd be the most time you get the most people sick. Most people sick, or
Yeah. We're gonna go after the old people.
no? You gotta go during with the old people, so you make sure
No,
they get it.
I'm too young.
Oh, but
I
you're
know.
asymptomatic. That means that you might have it.
I'm a millennial. They're gonna yell at me.
They're gonna be like, "Hey, you trying to get us sick, you old young whippersnapper."
What did you vote for Hillary? Okay.
Fair. Like I said, man, this whole thing has been like super hectic and like insane. Everybody's just too fucking crazy. It's just goddamn. It's just too much insanity and everything going on.
Welcome to the Regerts podcast, a podcast about regrets. I will be your host, Sam Narani, with my co-host, Omar Gonzalez.
Oh, wow.
Oh, hey.
All right, there I am. All right, cool.
Hey, Mikey. How you been, my friend?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
You are so strawberry. I just can't even fucking deal with this right now.
Your head looks like a
Is that your wait? Is that like your first regret? The fact that you look like a strawberry shortcake right now?
No, I don't even regret it. It's my favorite.
Honestly, it's my favorite too. I thought the blonde was absurd. This is just perfection.
Yeah, top notch.
This is 100%. Like I kind of want to just lick your hair, just see if I can get a little bit of that, like if it tastes like an actual strawberry shortcake or not. So,
aren't you glad we're all isolated now, Mike?
No,
Yeah.
no way. It's still the worst. I miss seeing people. I was hoping that it would be at least a little bit like normal because people would be like, hey, let's roast Mike's gay hair.
Oh
Like,
man,
yeah, do it. Interaction. Nothing.
I know the Zoom thing is not exactly as like it's always kind of like the thing of like I just want to be there and like in the fog of the weed that are just everyone smoking and like the booze everyone drinking stuff. I just want to be in that like atmosphere. I've been stuck with my parents for like about a week and a half, and I'm just like, you know what? I think I'm gonna drive back to Austin to make where it's like super sick in there, just make sure I probably get something. Have you ever gotten to a situation where like you've gotten way the fuck too high, and instead of like, or you just gotten so fucked up, you're like, oh shit, I just went too fucking far?
With weed, twice, but that's it.
Twice?
Yeah.
That's it?
One time, after I didn't smoke for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first time I smoked again after that, I was trying to take it easy. And I thought like, all right, I'll just smoke one bowl to myself. And so I ripped a bowl of big, great stuff. And then me and my girlfriend went to go see A Fault in Our Stars. And I was driving, and I didn't want her to know how high I was. So I was just like, yeah, I'm driving real good. And like we got to the mall to like go see the movie, and I turned the wrong way down a one-way thing. And this guy was speaking at me and was like, hey, wrong way. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
That's kind of how it starts, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's just me. But so we get into the movie, and like, I guess she didn't realize how stoned I was because I cried the entire time. Like, have you ever seen The Fault in Our Stars?
No.
No.
Very
crying
sad
movie? Wow.
So I love those like Notebook, Nicholas Sparks, shitty fucking garbage teenage girl romance stories. So it's one of those, and it's like a girl that gets super cancer, and then like her boyfriend's like, no, super cancer's okay, and then they love it. I don't even really remember the gist of the movie. I just remember super cancer was involved, but I cried so hard the whole movie, and then like afterwards she was like, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm fine, this is cool. So that was too stoned. And then the other time was when I ate 1,000 milligram edible.
Wait,
and
you
was
ate 1,000 milligram edible?
There was a 1,000 milligram edible?
Oh,
there's
there's
back in the well, so now still the bootleg places have them, but they're all liquids. But back in the day, there used to be this edible called the Cordova Black. That was 1,000 milligram brownie, and it was like 60 bucks.
Wow.
It's like
cigar.
Yeah, no, it does, and it feels like one in your soul. Like,
oh,
it's a cigar for your
Jesus.
insides.
I have all the mouth cancer in my soul right now.
The most Republican way to do weed, you know?
Very much so. Oh God, the edible thing, man, dude.
So I did
that
that.
shit's
Yeah, they're bad. Well, you know, and that's the thing that makes me so mad is because so many stand-ups have these jokes. They're like, "Oh, you guys, I did edibles. I ate 100 milligrams." Whoa! Like,
hey man, don't be talking shit about my act, bro.
bro, fuck you. Your act is doing vampire stuff. Don't.
That is true. That part is true.
No, they love trans people so much in Austin. I'm from Transylvania.
I
what,
talk
Omar?
shit, but I can't.
I stopped respecting you until I saw the vampire bit. So
Fair. That is true. That is true. And it is still available, I think, on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it. But oh God, the edible things is not like I only have like two. Like I got fucked up, and one of them was when I went to Tramps and I just asked to hit your vape in, but I didn't realize how hard of a. I had no idea what was in that fucking that pen. I was pretty sure it was laced with acid or something like that because I just took like 2 hits of it, and I'm just like, I have to leave and go to a safe place like now.
They make pens now that are like 95%, so you can just. It's for efficiency.
I was novice to the vapes and everything. Like I literally just like said, I gave you back your pen, and I just like drove into my car, and I just rode that fucking train because I cannot do stand up high.
Car.
I didn't drove into my car. I was high, not drunk, sir. But but I literally had to go home and like just fucking just ride it out and just be comfortable in my own bed. But the second time was that like me. It wasn't me. It was like this girl I was seeing. We were smoking weed, but then we saw. I think it was Gravity, and watching a movie where Sandra Bullock is in space and can't get in and like losing oxygen. I was just like, holy shit. I was okay, kind of okay. My girl that was with me was freaking the fuck out. She was just like literally heart pounding, just like, is she gonna leave? Is she gonna leave? And like just hyperventilating throughout the middle of the freaking movie. Everybody's like looking at her like, are you okay, miss? And I just like just totally fucking freaking out in the middle of this shit, man. She was just gone. And having a movie like that was just totally like fucks you up, man, when you see it in the theaters. God,
I ate like 500 milligrams the other day because I was like nervous for a podcast thing I was doing. I was like, all right, let's get ready. And so I ate this fucking Rice Krispie treat and I was like, oh shit, I'm too high. And so I was like just sitting in my bed and I was like, all right, I'm going to do some breathing exercises and not be too high. And
so you're trying to do some Wim Hof or something like that before we get into there?
No, just I don't know. I've done enough of too much drugs that like when you do too much drugs, if you just go like and just remember what that's like when you're sober, you can kind of be a little more sober. So I thought
this is why I think you could be perfect pregnant. Too. Like you would already have the breathing cadence get down.
The only problem with being pregnant is that I'd have to stop drinking for 9 months, and that sounds awful.
Yeah, I know a lot of parents that say, you know what, fuck that rule. Shot tequila.
To be Omar.
That's fair. That's fair.
But I ate this giant edible the other day and I was doing these breathing exercises and I guess my nose was like stopped up from doing cocaine or something recently. So I was like trying to breathe in and I was like, I can't breathe in all the way. I have coronavirus. I'm just having a panic attack in my room and I was like, what do full lungs feel like? I don't think my lungs can even be full. And I was just like freaking the fuck out of my room.
You're like, what if my chest hurt? Fuck, I can't breathe out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just too high. Oops. Oh man. Right around New Year's, I was doing a whole lot of DMT because I found this guy that sells DMT in a pen. And so I just hitting my DMT pen all the time. And I probably did it like 200-ish times in like 3 months. And I was like, all right, I'm a DMT master. And then one night I came home from a show and I was like pretty drunk. I was like, all right, I'm going to do a little blast off, have some fun, and then go to sleep. And I hit it and I went to like a fun spaceship place. And like every trip is different. So I was like, oh, this is a good one. And I was up there. And then I was like, I felt myself coming back down. I was like, all right, I'm going to go back. And I hit the pen again. And then I couldn't find it. And then I was like, I just kept just riding the wave. And I went up and down, up and down, up and down. And I probably hit it like 15 times in a row, like just trying to get back to the same spot. And I couldn't find it. And like I kept coming to like in the fetal position, like gripping a bunch of blankets, just like shaking. And I was like, oh, maybe I'm scared of something. Let's find out. Just caution to the wind like a fucking moron. And I came down the last time and I felt the pen was really hot. And I was like, all right, I got to take a break. And so I'm like, all right, cool. And I like kind of weasel back into the world and I lay down flat on my bed. And the way I always ground myself from DMT is just like slowly getting flat and calm and then opening my eyes. Because like you're in a whole different dimension. So it's like, all right, I'll be back in my dimension. And I opened my eyes and it's pitch black. And I was like, oh fuck, I'm blind. Like my eyes are gone. I lost my eyes. And then I remembered like I just had the lights off. Like it was just shit. So I was like, oh, I just can't see. But like the thing that made me realize like, all right, I'm a pretty good person is because my first thought was like, oh fuck, I'm blind. And then my second thought was, don't scream and wake up your roommates. It's like a Sunday night. They got work tomorrow morning.
That's very considerate of you.
I'm such a good person. I'm like Mother Teresa, you know?
You are. You're like one of the persons that I know that could be intoxicated. It would be like, but to be like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'll be perfectly sober. And I'm like, are you okay? And I'm like, you know, you're freaking out.
I'm just trying to help people, man.
100%, man. Oh God, I just want to make sure everybody's happy. That's all I want to make sure is. Jesus, man. Oh God, damn it.
So what are we regertsing about? What are we?
Well, like I said, we this podcast is called All Regerts, a podcast about regrets.
That's the whole name. It's a very long
You should circumcise that name, Omar.
First of all, I don't believe in circumcision of a name, please. All right, it's all foreskin or nothing whatsoever.
Even ready to be a man.
I have to wait till I get to my kid's bar mitzvah before I can snap it off. All right, that's what I'm waiting for.
Can you imagine if they circumcised him at 13?
Oh God.
That would be so much weirder at their bar mitzvah.
110% fewer.
In front of all your friends and family, like is it before or after the Torah reading?
I think they would do like a thing where they lift you up on a chair and then they're just like
just four guys on the chair and the rabbi just trying to cut it off.
Could you imagine how much cooler like a bar mitzvah would be?
I would go to every single bar mitzvah if that is the case. Like just to watch a dick get snipped.
Do you
Have you ever seen one live though?
A bris?
Yeah.
Which part?
No, like you've actually ever seen them actually kind of like cut it off and everything like that, where they actually do the actual.
I found the receipt for my birth.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, but you didn't like remember it or something like that, did you?
No.
Yeah.
Any fresh-born infant.
No. That's fair. You got a good part.
I often think about this. Like, if I ever have a kid for whatever crazy reason, and it's a boy, what am I doing with that dick? I have no idea, because every girl I've ever talked to that I was excited to bang hated uncircumcised dicks. But at the same time, like, I don't want to do old weird religious stuff to my kid's dick, but also I don't want him to have an ugly dick, but also more sensitive. You want him to come faster, but also better orgasms. Like, this is there's a lot of pros and cons on both sides for my fictional son's penis.
What if we just let him figure it out?
When does he get to decide? If he he's gonna grow up with it one way.
Well, here's the thing though, and I think this is something my dad told me.
This is scary. That's a weird one.
No, I'm being serious. My dad got a circumcision, and I think at like age 50.
Why?
You know what? This is a question I wanted to ask him,
Why
but
do you know about this?
he fell off a ladder and at one point and like really fucked up his shoulder, and I had to like help him and everything. And I saw that it was circumcised.
What does that have to do with his dick, Omar?
No, he couldn't use his arm or anything like that and everything. And like he literally was immobile. I had to like take care of him for a minute.
I'm sure he has another arm. What's going on?
It wasn't that. It wasn't. No, he was very weak. He was very weak at the time. He fell off a ladder, man. Like it was a serious injury where he fucked up his shoulder badly, and there was other parts where he was fucked up. So I had to like help change him and everything for a minute.
Right now,
wait, when you helped him out,
did you jerk off your dad?
No.
I thought
you assisted.
But I did have to change him a couple times. And that's where I saw it. Everything. And I asked him about it. He just I didn't ask him why he did it. I think it might have been something disease or something like that. Like the foreskin got infected and he cut it off. I think that's my theory.
All right. Then before we get too crazy, I think the question that the world wants to know, whose is bigger, yours or your dad's?
Shit. I just looked at my dad to be like, damn it, that's where I got it from. Son of a bitch. That's all I said.
Same size.
About the same size.
And it's not a good size.
It's, you know what?
Damn, how do you know?
He didn't sound happy about it. He's like, that's where I got it from.
Let's put it this way. It looks bigger on him only because the canvas, my dad's a really skinny person, so like the canvas that it's on.
It's bigger. His dad's is bigger, and you still respect your father.
I still do. I respect it. But as soon as I cut down like 80 pounds, I think I'm going to be bigger than him.
And then you can stop respecting him. And
100%. Yeah. I can stop respecting him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, me and my dad could smoke weed openly nowadays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was the thing. Like we went to LA and like literally, first thing I told him was like, all right, let's go to the dispensary, get some weed. And he's like, and the whole time he was just playing coy, but I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, what do you mean you know what you're talking about? Like I see you smoke weed in the backyard like all the fucking time.
He smokes weed in the backyard?
He smokes weed in the backyard. But here's the thing though, he doesn't want us to think that he smokes weed. So like I'll step at the backyard, but like he'll have the joint in his hand, and as soon as I come outside, he'll put it under between his legs and like close his legs as if I can't smell weed. He just holds his breath. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
His crotch joint. Like, smoke my penis.
No, he's not smoking his penis. Here's where the foreskin was. Take a shot from there.
Yeah, he probably sticks in the foreskin and does little fucking.
That is not true. But then, like, just
are we regertsing anything yet?
Oh, I'm sorry. But I think my dad has. I've asked my dad about this. Like, hey, so how do you feel about it and everything? And he says, I do kind of regret it because he's lost a lot of sensitivity there. And no, and he just says like it like for like a while it just bothers you. It's the transition from like having a sensitive head to like not having a sensitive head anymore. That's the part where like fucks him up and everything. But now he says he's fine with it.
It's crazy you have those kind of conversations with your dad. Usually me and my dad are just like, how's life? And your dad's like, I've lost sensitivity in the head of my penis. Omar."
Basically. To be fair though, now we smoke weed together and it's fucking great. These are the conversations that we have.
That's great. I mean, that's
So so one of my regrets is not smoking with my dad sooner. So we can have more of these conversations.
that's how you get woke right there. That's how you do it.
100%, my friend. 100%. And everything. How about you, Sam? You smoke weed with your mom?
No, I'm actually trying to get her to smoke with me. I was thinking about doser. I'm not even gonna lie.
Just to see what kind of trip she goes on?
Yeah. I think if she doesn't know she's getting high, she could like ease into it and just be chill. But if she knows like we're doing the marijuana, then she's gonna be like, oh.
Just give her like 4 hits of acid and don't tell. And then just let her fucking wreck her brain. And then like a day later be like, Mom, how are you? I don't know. And you're like, well, try this.
Look,
It would be so much milder.
Is genuinely afraid of God. Okay, her brain is already out there.
Yeah, so let her meet him.
Yeah.
Keep telling people whatever. They're like, she's sick, and I was like, she loves him. Go meet him.
Bingo.
Yeah, have her meet Allah. Come on. He's a cool dude. Never meet Muhammad.
I know, but I mean, you can't go meet him during menstruation because that's wrong.
Oh.
Yeah. Also, it would be so weird to like, I don't know. My favorite thing, I got into, there was like an improv mic where they just draw names out of the bucket and they have you like debate topics. And so me and a comic got Jesus versus Muhammad,
Ooh,
who was like a bigger player. That was what we had, that was what we had to argue. And so the guy that I was against had Jesus, and he was doing Mary Magdalene stuff and talking about his Jesus side of things. And then I brought up, there's, I think, a hadith where they bring up that Muhammad had an 8-year-old wife. And I was
wow.
So, we be on that kitty fucking shit. I got that Michael Jackson star, And so, I made the jokes and we had fun at the mic. And then afterwards, I was trying to find like the Wikipedia article to prove that I wasn't just being a piece of shit. And so I like found it. I was like, oh, look, it's his wife and her name's like, it's something close to Aaliyah. It's something like that. But so I found it and I was like, oh, look, she was 7. She was 7.
Oh, wow.
And then the best part is that there was like a little addendum there. It was like, where Muslim scholars studied it and were like, actually, that was wrong. She wasn't 7. That was very inappropriate. We mistranslated it. She was actually 9. Hold up.
The law back in the day was 8 and under is considered child porn. Consent happens at 9 years old. That's what our scripture says.
In Mesopotamia, consent was at 9 years old.
If there's grass on the field, play ball is actually a religious rule. That's so crazy.
I find that all around, everybody.
Oh, man.
You just ain't got no say. It's fine.
Oh, God.
Who is the comedian that has the thing that's like talking about how someone talks to him and says like, well, the Quran says that women can't drive cars. Like, I'm pretty sure it doesn't say that, because if like a 5,000-year-old book said women can't drive cars, that's amazing.
Women can't drive cars or have a MySpace page. That is what it says. So no glitter gifts, none of that shit. You can't friend Tom. I'll tell you that right now.
Omar is saying that because he knows that I fucking love glitter gifts and I'm terrified of God.
And I just make fun of her because I'm terrified of glitter gifts and God. So
Perfect.
Jesus, my friend. We already got. It's
Omar,
already been
where
so
are
fun
you
right now.
right now? Because I tried to figure
I'm
this
in my
out.
car.
You're in like a deer blind.
I'm in my car.
He got
Oh, okay.
evicted.
I did not get evicted yet.
Start
And
the
I
rumor.
told you I told you I'm hanging out with my parents, and I needed like a place where I could drink Coronas and fucking vape on my pen while I'm talking shit. So
There you
I
go.
figured my car would be the best option to do it. Sorry, I burped there for a second.
Cheers.
Cheers, my friend.
Burp.
So I don't know. I was just like kind of like thinking back. It was funny too. You were talking about earlier about like any freaking sneeze or any single like you feeling bad, you just thinking it's Corona. I too, and it's just like I don't know about you, man, but I'm pretty sure everything is just freaking me the fuck out right now. Where it's just like I cough, I'm like, fuck, is that Corona? Or like if I sneeze, I'm like, no, that's still fucking allergies. Or like if I pee and it burns, I'm like, Corona.
Why are you getting Corona?
You never know.
Okay.
That's the thing, though.
This is not meant to sound shitty. I'm not going to lie.
Go ahead.
But it will sound shitty.
Mm-hmm.
What do you have to live for? Like, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
If I get it, I get it. That's a bummer. I don't want to give it to anybody else. But if I'm done, then, I don't got bills anymore.
That's fair. But I don't know. Like, the thing is that, like, I think it's more like the unknown how it reacts with you. Because, like, you're right. Most of the people that get it, it's nothing's going to happen. But what if you're that one motherfucker and, like, all of a sudden it just ravishes your fucking system and everything like that? All because you just went outside to the Circle K.
Even if it ravages your system, like, oh, bummer,
Who doesn't want to get ravished? Have you not read, like, erotic novels?
Dude, have you not been on Tinder? Like,
oh yeah,
dude, I'm getting hit up so much on Tinder, like way more than normal now, which is so insane to me.
Dude, I had a weird thing. So I was visiting back in Dallas, where I'm like from originally, and I was trying to just play on the like, I'll probably not be back here again, and just shooting my shot everywhere I could. And then I ended up hooking up with this girl that used to work in an office that I worked at.
Nice.
And for whatever reason, I knew her dad from like driving her home and stuff. But so we're fucking, and she has like a daddy fetish. So she keeps saying daddy, but every time she says it, I'm like, you mean Greg.
Did you say that out loud?
Was there any point is there any point that you told her, you know what, just say Greg. Greg is coming, blah.
I didn't, because I don't know. I've figured out that like if you ruin it once, you're not gonna get it again. So like,
yeah, I've learned that lesson the hard way before. So
and the kind of soft way, but hard enough, Oh man,
that's insane, my friend. That's insane. Everything, dude. I don't know. Sam, do you have any other any regrets that you've been holding on to that you've been wanting to share?
Like your regret reminded me of another regret where I wish I'd said something.
Go for it.
All right, so that whole daddy lady.
Daddy lady.
Yeah. Wait, did you actually say that to her? Like, it's.
Oh no! I kept that inside.
No.
That was for me to tell the comedian friends later.
Do you kind of wish you said it out loud?
No, I was glad that I didn't, because I like finishing.
Yeah, he was busy trying to come. Like, at that point, men are serious. So afterwards, we'll be jokey. But during the act, we're pretty good.
I have a very tough time coming when I'm saying the word Greg. I don't know what it is, but I couldn't have been like, yeah, I'm Greg. Yeah, I'm Greg. Like it just wouldn't.
Just all the Gregs in your life just like come into your head, and then it's like. But anytime you don't want a boner, just think of Greg. That's all you have to do.
But if it was like Greg's Jeff or Chad, it would have been cool, right?
Yeah, or like if it was like a Daniel, like a good 2-syllable name.
A Daniel sounds nice with 2 L's because he's foreign.
No, that's Danielle. And then he's like a secret trans guy. And you're like, you're too beautiful, Danielle.
Ooh. Oh, yes, still beautiful. I love it.
The meeting has been upgraded by the host. Look at that.
Hold on a second.
Are you the host? You upgrade shit?
Yes, I am.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I think Omar did it.
Yeah, I did it. And no, I didn't do anything. They're just upgrading because nobody's on it right now and everything. So, okay, Sam,
Okay.
go forward.
So you wish you said something to Greg's dad? Is that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And, oh no, to her. Okay, so I had a similar situation and I kept my mouth shut. And I really wish that I had said something shitty to be like, dude, just don't do this again. It's so dumb. So I was cheating on my fiance at the time, as you do. So I went over to this guy's house that I did art projects with for school. We were
Mhm.
doing graphic design.
As it always starts.
Yeah, class. It's like basically a she's all that situation.
Perfect.
And I am Freddy Prinze Jr. You'll see. So
Nice.
So we go to his house and he's got this huge wall calendar. I need to tell you about this guy. And it's got like the Hooters girls on him.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen those posters before.
Yeah. He, as soon as we went into his house in the living room, he went straight to the poster and he's like, hey, I want to show you something. I banged her. I banged her. I banged her. We thought about it. She's kind of weird. And I'm like, wow, what a stupid asshole. Thank fuck I'm drunk.
Oh, wow.
And then we watched Cheaters, which I thought was really hilarious at the time.
Wasn't a sign from Allah telling you to be like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be in here.
Right? Okay, and then I went to his room, and then we started fooling around.
Then the channel ranges to Rugrats. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I
Oh,
apologize.
no, there's hold your laughter. There is more.
Okay.
And, I just want to let you know. Remember Larry the Cable Guy?
Yep.
Sure.
Okay, he
Get
just
her
came
done.
out. He's fresh on everyone's list.
Mm.
No? All right. So remember his whole situation. So
Mhm.
after a little bit of really getting into it, the lights go off and then he's on top and he's thrusting, and with every thrust, very lightly, he's saying, get her done.
No.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, I put a pillow on top of my face so I'm not laughing. Because,
Oh,
oh my God, I hate everything. I get mad at those antacid commercials now. I hate antacid.
dude, could you imagine coming to someone saying "get her done"? That sounds.
Look, I was banging. I think I was 19 years old at the time. For a lady with another guy, you don't come. That's just not how it works.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty nice as like a scumbag guy is that we're never expected to make y'all come. They're just like, yeah, you're best, buddy.
I love the fact that's true. We just go with some expectations.
Well, that's because a lot of us were raised to like not question men, you know. So it's like,
I know, I missed
for
that.
you. That's how.
I think that's what MAGA means. I'm not 100%, but like I'm pretty sure MAGA is like, don't expect guys to make you come. I think those are the same letters.
The seat is silent.
Yeah. Just deal with it.
Gee.
It's almost done.
Oh, imagine if the guy come and just said MAGA as soon as he freaking came all over you.
What, you don't?
There's a guy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize. Should I be saying MAGA when I come?
America, great again!
I just
This looks like we're about to do a suicide pact. Like if
I
you
think I'm about to do that.
if you just wait a second, they're like, all right, what are these three people talking about? It's like, this is going to be a manifesto. At some
100%. There's a guy under like a single light right now inside a car telling his friends that he's about to just drive over a cliff. And the other two are like, yeah, we'll join you eventually.
Someone's watching this and like, why are minorities talking to the problem? Like, what's going on here?
Because that problem is my friend and I miss him. Oh, Jesus.
All my friends are problems.
All my fucking friends are problems. So, Sam, I'm curious, what was the guy's mentality for him to point at the Hooters poster? Was he trying to impress you
Okay, I
at
was.
all?
I think I was like 18 or 19. This was like college.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it wasn't like an impression. Okay, this is also back when like The Game came out. Remember?
Oh,
Yeah, you all just
yeah.
lost the game.
Yeah. It was a form of negging, like, hey, look at all these hot women. You should be so lucky for me to put my dick in that because I put it in that. And
Crazy how much that works.
it does. Like when you break it down, you're like, wow, what an idiot. But it does, because you don't have self-esteem at that age as a minority lady. Come on.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
I'm brown. We don't do that.
You were like, wow, what an idiot. That's stupid. But I'm here. No.
No, it's like, hey, his penis might have self-respect in it. Let's find out. Oh,
I was just
let me suck the esteem out of your dick. That's how that's where the esteem is. It's in the white substance. Oh my God. I'm more curious about the situation. Like so what happened afterwards, after you were done and everything like that? After he said get her done, all of your tits, like what happened?
No, we hung out for a second and then I awkwardly left. I was like, well, bye. And then I leave.
well, I gotta go see the rest of the blue collar comedy tour at my house.
Bill Engvall's waiting in the car to be sucked off. He's like, here's your sign, and it's a hand pointing down on his dick.
You might be a brown neck.
Oh, no. It's but only on your neck.
Are you still doing that podcast?
I mean, it's my buddies. I show up there from time to time when we've done too much drugs or hanging out. It's
Fair.
called Asperger's. It's
Cat
the
burger.
mix between the word podcast and Asperger's.
Nice.
No, real original naming. It's so much fun.
All right, Mike. My computer's about to die.
Perfect.
That, brother. I'm super happy. But Mike Eaton, you were great. What is your Twitter? Your Twitter again is like Mikey.
It's all the Mike Eaton, but it's all good. If you search my name anywhere, you can find it. Otherwise, keep watching podcasts. You guys are amazing. Thank you for making content in the middle of the end of the world. I appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thanks for
having me on this stuff, my brother. Thank you so much, my friend. Cheers.
Drink.
Hey, cheers.
Yeah.
Clink clinks. All right, Mike. I love you so much. I'll talk to you later.
Omar, I love you. Sam, you're amazing. Y'all be wonderful. Live your dreams. Do more drugs.
100%. Talk to you later.
That was our show. Thank you again for listening. And please follow us on Instagram at Regerts and Facebook and on all the other social media stuff. And subscribe. If any of these stories have inspired you to come up with a regret, send us your regrets at allregertspod@gmail.com.